Just want two handhelds. I have one.
The final talk is going to be about, let's see, what's called Palestinian Voices in Games, a network of people who are actually trying to support these Palestinian voices in game making. And now let me see. Pierre, who we actually have probably seen before on stage, and Marie is going to talk us through this network and what it was all about. And they will introduce us to actually Palestinian game makers and talk more about their games and their experiences. So I want to welcome to the stage Marie and Pierre, if you are ready.
Marie is clearing some stuff.
Okay. Well then, since they're setting up, let's see if there are more people on the sides who can actually fill in the seats. If not, well, there's many seats here left. So in the meantime, how are things? How's the day to you?
It's a good day. Yeah, it's been a good day. Good talks.
What is the high point of the day for you?
Well, actually playing Sync Live. I just went to play Sync Live, and that's one of the main reasons I was on this talk just now. And yeah, it was very fun experience. Yeah, very interesting.
So recommend?
High recommend. Yeah, I might play again even. So.
Cool. Okay, so why are you staying?
Where?
Staying here.
Well, I just came for Amaze. Yeah. Well. Like the talk, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because we want to hear about Palestinian voices in games. Yeah, I know some of them, and I'm looking forward to hear, what they have to say today, and hear that they're hopefully still safe. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, then Marie, take it away.
Hi. Thank you for joining us here. I am Marie.
I'm Pierre. Hi.
And we are part of the Palestinian Voices in Game that you can see here. And we're going to try to explain you what we are doing. And later we're going to welcome two Palestinian makers that are working with us and that they will present their project. And I hope they are somewhere online with us here. So Palestinian Voices in Game is a network and of game professionals from many places in the world. And we're trying to support Palestinian game makers in the production of their games. And we volunteer time, work, expertise to support their project. And we do this because we believe that the game community can organize itself to amplify the voices of Palestinian game creators, share their story, and help their project reach global audiences. And it's already started. We were just talking about it with Pierre. A year ago, we were a little group of people in a little room talking about how powerless we felt. And in a year, we found and we met wonderful people. And we started to work with them, and we start to see more and more of their work, and that's very encouraging. So we've been working for a year now, and the idea is to be able to support any kind of project from Palestinian people, and all kind of scales, all kind of in many different ways. And so we are looking for people who have skills in game making, and then we are trying to bring people together. So we made a little sketch to try to explain you how we work. Oh, this is here. So we are this little blob. In the middle would be the network. We are a group of people. We are around 10 people that meet every 2 weeks. And then we're trying to find and to talk to Palestinian game maker. And when we find them, we talk about their project. We try to figure out what they need. And we try to then reach out to you and all the game community around the world and find fitting volunteers for the things that are missing. This is clear, sort of. So if you are interested, if you think you can maybe spare a bit of time, or maybe some money, or maybe some experience, or if you yourself know some Palestinian makers that could need help, or that could or that want to work together, you can check on this website. There's some forms to register as a volunteer or to register as a creative person. We're going to share this again at the end of this presentation, so you can scan. And this is what we're doing. And today, the exciting part is actually those projects are just very interesting projects, and we wanted to invite the people we are working with to be on the stage here. And at the moment, we are working on 4 projects, so with 4 different creative, and 2 of them could join us live, so they will talk afterwards. And one of them could not be here, but Pierre, who's working with them, will talk about the collaboration. So we start first about Yasmine Omar Ota, and then later live we will have Rasheed Abueideh and Yusra joining us to present their work. Yes, let's go.
Yeah, so Yasmine couldn't be here, so I will present a bit their work and project. Yasmine Omar Ota, also known as Delata, is a comic artist, among many other things, of Palestinian origin, based in Austin, Texas. Their first graphic novel, Miss Shadra, I have no idea how to pronounce it, and I forgot to ask, so I'm sorry. This graphic novel depicts the daily life of an Arab-American epileptic making his way through college while dealing with difficult and stigmatizing doctors. It received an Ignatz Award back in 2018. For those who don't know, who aren't into comics, it could be seen as the equivalent of the Most Amazing Award here. Their most recent work, Neira and the Jinn, is a coming-of-age graphic novel with a fantastic twist. Neira Mansour, a Muslim American girl, is about to crack under pressure when she meets a mysterious jinn that will use their powers and wisdom to help Neira navigate her overwhelming life. Neira and the Jinn has been praised by the critics and is now available as well in French and Spanish, and in English, of course. Yasmine also did various commissioned work. They wrote stories and drew covers for Sonic the Hedgehog comics. They drew a comic about depiction of Palestinians in popular media for the Nib. And is lettering for Snot Girl, the latest comic from Brian Lee O'Malley. You might know him from Scott Pilgrim, for instance. Yasmine is quite familiar with video games. They made the character design and portraits for the visual novel Four Horsemen, an ambitious life theme about the parts of the immigrant experience everyone pretends to forget. And the background design for Ghost of Miami, 80s Miami mystery visual novel, featuring a lot of decision-making, crime-solving, and heartbreaking. In 2017, Yasmine made their own video game for Over the Rainbow, an Art Palestine International and Baby Castle exhibition, which showcased Palestinian art resonating out of the unique and valuable lived experience of Palestinians, both in the region and in the diaspora. This game, called Being, was made on RPG Maker and is an abstract adventure game that explores from a future lens the past and present of the Palestinian lived experience. The players control an avatar from the distant future of Palestine on a mission to recover artifacts, memories, and messages from a mysterious house near an old border. The game's aspirations is to convey various aspects of living as a Palestinian during the past century, ranging from perpetual grief to enduring hope. Yasmine also drew a companion comic to this video game by the same name, Being, expanding on the universe in which Being takes place and unpacking thought on possible Palestinian futures. Yasmine is now looking to create a sequel or spiritual successor for Being, to Being, a visual novel point and click where you would explore the Palestinian space colony that the protagonist of Being lives in. as well as what it's like to be a Palestinian in the future. You would have to fix a space colony during a blackout, which would lead to flashbacks, hallucinations, allowing you to see past memories of Palestine. Being 2, this is a working title, would be a much more ambitious project than its predecessor, with 2-3 hours of gameplay. Yasmine would do the art, the writing, the sound design, and the UI. They probably would need help with the programming, the integration, the music, and the QA. And of course, they would need funding to make this whole thing happen. If you're interested in helping making such a game happen, please contact us at the Palestinian Voice in game, and we'll get you in touch with Yasmine. And here are their socials if you want to check their work for yourself.
Exactly. Yes. Now we are going to welcome on the stage here Rasheed Abueideh. Maybe some of you are familiar with his work. He's a game developer known for his game Lilia and the Shadows of War that was released in 2016. I believe it was also presented here a few years before. It's a game that follows a family trying to survive the war. And after some years away from game design, Rasheed decided to come back, and now he's working on a project called Dreams of a Pillow, and it's based on a folk tale about the 1948 Nakba. And Rasheed is here with us, and he will tell us more about this. So warm welcome, Rasheed, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for this. I just want to share my slides.
Yes. It's happening.
Okay. Just to make sure, can you see my slides?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Not yet.
With your black screen with something written on it?
What?
Yes,
with your
yes,
slide.
we can see it now. It's good.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Before I start, 1 minute. Sorry about this. Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So, thank you for the introduction and thank you for being here. My name is Rasheed Abueideh. I am a Palestinian game designer. I'm based in the West Bank. In 2016, I created a game called Layla and the Shadows of War. It was a game about a little girl that lives during the attacks on Gaza in 2014. That game was about the human suffering of the Palestinians during these attacks. And if you can remember, 2014 was before the 7th of October. So this is not new, what's happening today. And even though like this game is talking about the human suffering, it was banned by the App Store for not being a game. They claimed that this game or this app is not a game and should be in the news category. And that resulted in like an outcry on the social media from supporters all over the world, which pressured the App Store to return the game as a game on the App Store. After that, we got almost 2 million downloads, and the game was presented in many events around the world. One of them was Amaze 2016, and it was also an official selection in this conference in 2016. From that day, I wanted to make more games, but making games is hard, and especially if you are living in Palestine, without the funding and with the pressure that we are living under occupation, we basically living as survivors. So there is no time for creativity, no time for art, we don't have the luxury to fail. We don't have the luxury to try new things. So you live just to do your basic things in life. But with the genocide that is happening right now in Gaza, it's happening during while we are talking. I get back to my old notes and my old ideas and started to doing a new game about the Nakba. The Nakba, which is translated in English as the catastrophe, which is basically the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians in 1948 and the forced displacement for them during that period, which resulted in to the destruction of more than 500 villages and resulted in more than 1 million Palestinians living as a refugee around the world. This game is talking about that event, and we are talking about the life of a woman that lives during that event, and through the panic of that period, she wanted to run away from her home, but she carried the pillow instead of her child. And this is based on a true story that happened during 1948. We're talking about the life in Palestine before the Nakba, how beautiful it was. And also we are talking about the journey of the Nakba, how miserable it was. And we're also talking about the psychological impact of the Nakba on the Palestinians, because they were forcibly displaced from their home, but also they left their memories, their dreams, and their future. So we are talking about all of these aspects of the Nakba all together, because what's happening right now is a result of the events of the Nakba. So it's not something new, and the additional crime is the denial of Nakba. So what we are trying to do is to bring this story again to the surface, so everyone learn about it and understand why what's happening right now today is happening actually. The project was big and I was unable to do it by myself. So I was trying to reach out to many of my friends with a lot of support. We started actually more than a year. We got a support from a lot of individuals in the industry, such as Rami Ismail and Samir Abbas. And we were working in the shadows just to create something that we able to show to publishers and to more people. But we also get rejected by many publishers, not because it's a bad game, but you can imagine why such a game could be rejected. So the only option for us was to go with crowdfunding. And the only platform that is available for us in the region was LaunchGood. We created a crowdfunding campaign that was scary for us, but the feedback and the support was overwhelming. We exceeded our target, which is actually half of the total amount that we wanted to complete the project, but it's the enough amount for us to start the project. So this kind of support was really a motivation for us, and the feedback that we got from the supporters was amazing and pushed us to do more and to speed up our progress. Nowadays, we are working on a vertical slice that we will be able to share with the supporters and with everyone else to move to the next stage of our support of the crowdfunding support that we need in a few months to complete the funding for this project. Meanwhile, you can support us on this link. There is a continuous support page for the project. And also you can reach out to Palestinian Voices in game They are helping professionals from Palestine to create projects like this and to organize the volunteer work on such projects. That's it for me, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing with us here on the stage. I was just curious. I think it was mentioned in the crowdfunding, but for us to see in time, when do you plan on releasing the game, or like your hopes?
It's late. It's 2026, late 2026.
All right. And they were like, so I think everybody now can scan this and participate with money if they can. Were there also some specific skills you were still looking for, or some special volunteer that we could help looking for? Or should we?
Yeah, the main thing is with artists. It's an art-heavy game. So any support in that aspect will be really appreciated.
So I hope you heard it. Does anybody has a question for Rasheed? Now is the moment if you want to ask something. Not for now. Otherwise, you can come to Pierre and me later, and we can, if you're interested, if you want to help, you can always come, and then we can bring you in contact with each other and start talking about things. We have also these little flyers everywhere, so that's easy to scan. Thank you very much, Rasheed, for joining us. And yeah, exactly, we can give another round of applause for this project.
Thank you.
And we are looking forward to play and to learn about all these stories. Now we are welcoming Yusra, who's joining us from Kuala Lumpur here. Yusra is an artist who has a background also in psychology and design. She worked on character design, 2D animation, and right now she's working on a new project that she will present. I will let her say the name of the project and it will be better. And we're very happy to welcome her on this stage. Welcome, Yusra.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Mary. Let me just share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Mary, can you hear me? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
Awesome.
We can see your screen and we can hear you.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Yusra. I'm a farmer, an architect, and not so recently an upcoming video game maker. I started as an amateur in the video game world, and then I did my master's I did a research on the application of moral focus in the video games using Schwartz psychometric tool, and that's when I did my first video game, which is this one here. And that's when I started like being more interested in video games professionally. Then I graduated and I started thinking of doing my first game and putting like my first step in the market. And for my first serious game, which is the focus of this presentation, it was meant first to be simple, like a playful, experimental project inspired by sea creatures, since I'm interested in it. And I even called it like the sea game at first. And it was supposed to be something personal and manageable. But while I was working on it, surprise, surprise, flying you all the way back to my hometown in West Bank, a massive land grab happened near my hometown. It was like the biggest I had ever witnessed in my life. Suddenly, everyone back home was on emergency mode. You know, one of these moments you're actually helpless, but you're still trying to do something. So everyone was trying to do their part, and I was doing that as well. So on one of the calls with my parents, I just opened Google Maps, and I wanted to like understand like the scale of what's going on, because like the amount of the land that has been confiscated just at once is crazy. Like most people in my village, they lost all their lands. And if I start talking about all the violations, I will take like another 2 hours. So I'm gonna skip that for now. So anyways, when I was talking to my parents, that actually, like that moment sparked something, because as my parents looked at the map, they started narrating like it was like a family photo album or something. They were like, oh, that's the dirt road that goes to that land. And here is the tree of Zarur. And here is the sinsala that this person built. And this is the one that's separating our land from theirs. And just the amount of information, like it was amazing for me. I was amazed how vividly my parents remembered every detail. And that was exactly when I was like, oh, the idea hit me, like the land is being taken and the only thing we can do is preserve the memory. So I wanted to preserve the land inside the game, not as the main focus, but as something layered into the background of the game. So I'm still going with using the sea creatures. And I changed the game name to RiYafah, which is like an old kind of like a, I don't want to say a science, but like it's a knowledge that Arabs had since old days of knowing the conditions of the land and the trees and the weather and all that. So it felt like it's very suitable for this. And I wanted this like to be not a documentary with a game wrapped around it, but actually I want the game to come first. I want the game to still be engaging and immersive, but for those who are interested in the memories, they are there too, woven into the environment and the structure and the visuals of the game, more like a quiet archive. So basically, the plan is to take the map of the confiscated land. Like it's impossible to take the whole area, so we're just like focusing on a small area, taking all the lands in it. And these will be the levels of the game. And then like once you go to this land, if it has these trees, this thing, you will just see it in the background. So it's not like you're not interacting with the archive, but it's there for you if you want to see. And the last touch will be like the main character. Before this, I was like going with this cute one, but then I decided to go with this character because, at least for me personally, it like the expressions kind of reflect what I feel. Like I feel helpless and frustrated and hopeless and angry all at the same time. And for some reason, I'm still moving forward. So this character felt very suitable. So this is the game document so far, the game design document. Basically, I'm starting to collect oral testimonies and recording them, giving the landowners the space to share their memories in their own words. And it's going to be raw. Whatever they say is going to go into the game. The game is built in 3 main phases. So documentation will be the first one. And then art integration, which is translating all these memories into visuals and environment elements in the background. And then will be the game development. So for now, the game is meant to be simple. So it has 2 core mechanics. And the level flow is already there. And the goal is to create a simple memory-based adventure game with 2 core mechanics where the land lives on through the interaction with the game. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusra, for sharing all this and also your feelings about this project and how much it developed in the last months. It's really beautiful and nice that you can share this with us. Is there anybody who has a question for Yusra, maybe? No, but it's the same. Yusra has very specific needs, a little some extra help in the programming part, and so this, if you're interested and curious, you can ask, and I can show you what Yusra is asking for, and we're gonna work further anyway with her to develop this beautiful project. Now, to conclude this talk, we just wanted to be sure that the one that want to join us, because the way we work is that for each project we have two contact person that make sure that these makers are heard and that we can find the extra help they need. So now we're working on 4 projects. It means there's 8 contact person that are working. This is people who meet every 2 weeks. We tell each other about the progress of the project, and we try to help each other in finding the volunteers. But as you can imagine, it takes some time, and if we want to help more people, we're starting to need more people. So if you are interested, if you're motivated, if you want to work on beautiful projects, join us. We have these little flyers, we have this QR code that you can join, and then there's different way of joining us. You can be part of the big network and share what kind of skills you have, and if somebody needs you, we ask, and then maybe it's a match and you work with these people. You can join these meetings that we have every 2 weeks and then be more involved. So we have a little signal group, and then in there we share our needs, and then we meet on Thursdays for now. And this is all I have. Yeah, if you want to, we also have a little irregular newsletter, so it's just to keep up with the project, and then maybe depending on how much available you are, you can just jump in, get out. That's all I had to say, right, Pierre? This is so the flyers are here. There's people from all around the world. The objective is also to work together with very interesting people. Our dream is that it's not just project-based and we help people once. It's just to welcome all Palestinian makers to this game community, and that all together we have more opportunities to work together, and then we make more and more important and relevant projects for the world. Thank you very much. That was it. Thank you very much, Rasheed and Yusra, for being with us here. And we had to say also that I forgot 6:30. 6:30 here in this space. There's the screening of the film "The Blood" on our controllers that was made by Hippolyte Cobet, and that is also talking about our responsibility in what's happening right now in the world. Thank you very much.